It was really like exciting because it was like the first time I really got to see like the process of Wes having an idea and then actually seeing it completed.
Have you seen Francis?
So that was sort of the longest I had ever been a part of something, start to finish. When we were writing it, I got so focused on that I forgot about the acting part. I forgot we were actually going to make a movie out of it. I just got so into the story of it and working on it and being in India and, you know, we'd print out the pages and we'd say all the lines and we would like work on it and think about it and work. And then like when it came time to shoot it, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this part of the experience. So it was a lot of years going into it. And I think that it was really like exciting because it was like the first time I really got to see like the process of Wes having an idea and then actually seeing it completed.
The characters are all fictional.
Well, anyway, I think it's the best thing you've ever written.
The idea was really just to like put everything you have into the script of yourself. It's very personal, and acting it and writing it, even though they were separate, they weren't that different. I think the fun thing about that experience too for Wes was he had just made Aquatic, and I think that going into this experience, he was really trying to embrace the idea of not being able to control certain things. Like, you know, we're walking around the streets, you know, like people are going to just walk right into you or walk into the camera. There's a certain like element of like chaos that was exciting that he was trying to tap into that I thought was really fun.
I am the spot.
I was so excited to work on that film. It's so heavy. Like I was doing a lot of reading about like astrophysics. I liked the idea of that the character, he was a scientist, he was a human. Now he has nothing, and he's just been trying to become this bad guy. Like, I don't know if he is a bad guy. And he's dreamt up this idea of, like, how he's gonna fight Spider-Man, and he there is his rival. But Spider-Man has no idea who he is. I like that idea of, like, this kind of, like, he's, like, fantasizing. But then, also, he starts to fulfill it.
You see now, don't you?
I really don't.
I am your nemesis.
And I also like the idea of, like, he's so maybe upset that his life was taken from him. That's his contribution now to the world, is like to take parts of it away from other people and fill it with holes. It's so cool that like these movies look the way they do and were successful is really great, I think, because I think that they are smuggling in a lot of different kinds of animation and different techniques from around the world and putting it like in this movie that people might not otherwise get to know about these different types of things. And I think like you don't know what you don't know. I think people were like stunned by how much it affected them not to see the same kind of animation, you know, that we're used to seeing, which by the way, I love.
Well, you know, I think I'm an athlete, and sometimes I feel like you guys don't see me that way.
One thing that's kind of crazy is that an animated movie, typically you work on for many months and years because the script is being written while you're doing it. But with Wes, the script's already done, completely finished before you do it. And so it's like doing a movie, but you just do it in a few days. And in fact, most of my scenes for that movie, we did them in 30 minutes.
Hey, they say you're a natural. True or false? Answer the question.
In one day. We were late to an appointment and the studio was about to kick us out. So we had to do it really, really quickly. And I think there's something fun about that because no one's watching. It's just me and him. And there's nothing to really be embarrassed about.
Welcome, madame.
Working with my family, I think it's like, there's definitely a shorthand. Like Sophia was able to reference things for me that maybe wouldn't have made sense to other people, like very personal things from our past but because of that, then when you go to do it, if it's not good, it's like so much pressure because you even know more what the person wants and you can't do it. So, I mean, definitely scary. My older brother, also John Schwartzman, he's a cinematographer who I've worked with before, and I'm going to go work with him again this year. And like, I'm so scared to work with him because he's my brother, and I don't want to like do the scene, and then he's just like, this is not good. So yeah, I think that anytime someone knows you really well, it's hard because you can't disappoint.
Are we done with the hugging and learning? I thought we had a fight going on here!
I met Edgar Wright because I saw the movie Shaun of the Dead. I saw that movie in theaters when it came out, and I loved it. I found out that he was in Los Angeles and that open to meeting with me, and we sat down and we were talking, and then he brought up the possibility of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and he explained it to me and explained the script, and then he started showing me drawings and ideas and stuff. It was really exciting. The opportunity to play that character was really fun.
I'll tell you what you are. A pain in my ass.
And to work with all those actors who were all still very close. How cool is it too, like that we got to play these characters again, but totally different.
He's been described as, quote, the best fighter in the province, unquote.
They have whole new stories. It was the best. Yeah, I'm really proud to be a part of it. I don't know what I would describe it as. I think of it as like a fast-paced but slow, absurd screwball comedy rom-com with a little bit of doom. Probably fire me. I would fire me.
We're not going to do that then.
Because my moms are both big donors to the temple.
That is not a small consideration.
Harold and Maude was a movie that really affected me at a young age. Also by the way these two people seemed to care about each other, that were both kind of people that entered their lives at the right time. And I think in many ways it's, you know, it's kind of like what this movie is like two people that this is just a moment in their lives when they become like a braid and they just kind of walk each other to the next part of each other's lives.
Mrs. O'Connor.
Do I know you?
Benjamin Gottlieb. You were my music teacher.
I mean, it's funny because like when we're making the movie, it doesn't feel like it's a funny movie. I mean, you know, it's sad. It's funny there's a scene in the movie where my character lays in front of a truck because he wants it to run over him. That scene, it was kind of scary because it was like a real truck coming. You know, I've never laid in front of a truck before. Even pretending to do that, it's like, man, this guy really doesn't care if he wants this truck to run over him. I really felt how desperate this person was and how much he didn't care if he lived. But then when you watch it in the movie theater, people laugh at that scene. They go, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, so it's like a comedy, but made with desperation.
Konbini!